Well, ABS data published this week clearly shows that businesses are expecting a slowdown in spending. And with the economic growth numbers for the December quarter to be released tomorrow, some economists are now predicting that our economy might start to show signs of a small contraction. Macrobusiness chief economist Leith van Onselen joins me now. Leith, what do you think? Do you think we could be heading towards a small contraction or even a recession?
Yeah, look, I think actually, Sharri, we're going to post some very small, modest growth tomorrow, probably about 0.2% or 0.3% for the quarter. But once you adjust for population growth of around 0.6%, we're going to have another quarter of a per capita recession. So basically, that'll be the fourth consecutive quarter where the economy hasn't grown as fast as population growth. So while the overall economic pie will probably still grow slightly, everyone's slice of the pie is going to continue to shrink as it has for the previous 3 quarters.
Yeah. Look, we've spoken about the impacts of immigration on housing, and at the start of the show I spoke about this story in the Courier Mail today where families, where the parents have full-time jobs, are now sleeping rough. They're in tents in Stephen Miles, the Queensland Premier's own electorate. This is a serious housing and rental crisis in Queensland. Do you think this is a direct result of the high immigration numbers?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not just a Queensland issue, it's a national disaster, I'll be quite honest. So Domain released some rental vacancy data for this week, which showed that the rental vacancy rates collapsed to just 0.7% nationally. And it's about the same. It's about 0.8% in Brisbane and, 0.8% in Melbourne and Sydney, I think. But it's basically, disastrously low. And this has basically pushed heaps of people into group housing and also into homelessness. Now, the worrying thing about this, Sharri, is that actual housing construction has collapsed to around a decade low. We only built about 170,000 homes last year. The latest dwelling approvals data, which was released this week, showed that we only built 163. We only got 163,000 homes planned. Now, that's about 77,000 below the Albanese government's housing target. So it's nowhere close.
Well,
at the same time, we're obviously...
The Albanese government promised that they would hit a target of 1.2 million homes over 5 years. But as you've just indicated, that data showing that dwelling approval trends are clearly going backwards. I mean, this is going to be another broken promise. It's not just a political problem. I mean, this is impacting Australians right around the country.
Yeah, and it's obviously occurring at the same time as the federal government's ramping up immigration to record levels. Now, we had 626,000 population growth last year, off immigration nearly 520,000. So what they've basically done is they've ramped up housing demand without worrying about where people are going to live. And this has obviously driven the rental vacancy rate to a record low. It's pushed rents through the moon, and it's driving people into homelessness and share housing. So this is a Labor-led housing disaster that we have on our hands, and it's brought to you by the federal government, which has decided to flood the nation with people without worrying about where they're going to live.